In June 2006, a team of experts from the Chinese Academy of Sciences arrived in Shaoguan in Guangdong province. They had come to examine some fossilized dinosaur eggs. They hoped the eggs might reveal something about the cause of the dinosaur's extinction. To date, more than 100 plausible theories have been presented to explain the dinosaur's sudden extinction. Within Shaoguan, there's a narrow basin covering an area of 1,800 square kilometers. It is the Nanxun Basin. On its southern and northern sides, it is flanked by mountains, and a river runs through its middle. Since the 1960s, the Nanxun Basin has yielded a large number of fossilized dinosaur eggs and dinosaur bones. The locals say that at first they had no idea that the round stones were valuable. It wasn't until 2004, when a special reserve for the protection of the fossilized dinosaur eggs was established, that they realized the stones were national treasures. The excavation team from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, having spent several days preparing, made their way to the heart of the reserve in company with several local experts. On the surface, 4 fossilized dinosaur eggs have been found in a nest. The world record for the largest number of dinosaur eggs found in a single nest is 35. That nest is now on display at the Shixing County Museum. It was discovered in the Nanxun Basin in 1995. Dinosaur fossils were produced as a result of the skeletons being buried in sand for many millions of years. Finding a dinosaur fossil is a rare enough event. Rarer still is the discovery of fossilized dinosaur eggs, with their shells that are far more fragile than bones. That the Nanxun Basin has yielded so many fossilized dinosaur eggs is considered something of a miracle. Professor Zhao Zikui from the Chinese Academy of Sciences believes the Nanxun Basin is the ideal place for researching the causes behind the dinosaur's extinction. But the excavation is not going well. The hard red soil is refusing to yield any complete fossilized dinosaur eggs. Finally, though, the outline of several eggs is revealed. Professor Zhao says the shape and type of fossilized dinosaur eggs can reveal a lot about the species' extinction. In his analysis of several eggshells, he has identified some very interesting microelements. The microelements indicate a series of pathological changes in the eggs. In short, they show signs of illness. Besides the microelements, Professor Zhao has also identified a chemical element, iridium. High concentrations of iridium have been a constant factor in all the places where dinosaurs died out. But iridium naturally occurs only at low levels on the Earth's surface. There are 2 possible explanations for the presence of higher concentrations. One is a volcanic eruption, the other is a violent crash with another celestial body. Satellite photographs taken in 1982 show a large crater on the Nanxun Basin's rim. With a 3-kilometer diameter and 250 meters deep, it could, the experts say, have been made by a meteorite. But others are quick to point out that an isotopic examination of the place reveals that the crater was formed 70 million years ago, 5 million years before the disappearance of the dinosaurs. So the crater could have had nothing to do with the dinosaur's extinction. At the excavation site, another 4 fossilized dinosaur eggs have been exposed. Hopes are rising that the nest may yet beat the world record and yield more than 35 dinosaur eggs.
从现在它这个目前的这个情况看，它这个蛋可能都是在这边也有的，但是因为后来那个什么，那个水啊，那个下大雨啊，都给冲刷，慢慢给它冲刷掉了，就剩下这一点了，其他都给冲掉了。 所以实际上这是这一窝蛋的一部分，不是一个整窝蛋。
The famous Zigong Dinosaur Museum stands on the site of a major find of dinosaur fossils. There are numerous bone fossils, but not a single fossilized egg. Scientists once thought this indicated that the dinosaurs moved on after laying their eggs. In the Nanxing Basin, however, bone and egg fossils have been discovered. It's the only place, other than the Mongolian plateau, where both have been found together.
大概是89年的冬天吧，来这里取那个蛋壳标本，到地层里头取蛋壳，所以呢，到那时候，正好他们那个南雄县那个是那个城南那地方正好在开发，那么听到当时他们讲说，在那个几个月前，他们在爆破开山的时候啊，就发现有一条恐龙。还有旁边在屁股后头还有窝蛋。
As how the dinosaurs hatch their eggs, the scientists have concluded that they buried them. The natural heat of the earth would incubate them.
这个看起来它增活量很高，它需要埋起来，不埋不行。所以要是我从我们这角度，它不可能是孵蛋。也许那就偶然，它在那下蛋下完了，偶然死在那完全可能的。
But if this was the case, it points to a sudden extinction caused by a calamitous event. This would support the theory of a meteorite crashing into the Earth. By analyzing the composition of the dinosaur eggshells, Professor Zhao Zikun has concluded that iridium, whether it was brought to the surface by a meteorite impact or volcanic eruption, entered the dinosaur's food chain and was subsequently deposited in the eggshells. Scientific research indicates that most dinosaurs ate plants such as brake, sago palm, ginkgo, and pine. The climatic conditions meant these trees and plants contain large amounts of microelements. These plants are still found in the Nanxing Basin. Studies of modern birds have shown that in cases where they ingest an excess of microelements, the shells of their eggs are more fragile and often break prematurely. So the young fail to hatch. Professor Zhao believes the dinosaurs died out as a result of eating food containing an excess of microelements. Their natural breeding patterns were destroyed, and eventually they died out. Professor Zhao has concluded that 65 million years ago, there was a dramatic change in the dinosaurs' living environment. The climate became much drier and large quantities of harmful microelements entered their food chain, leading directly to the pathological change in their eggshells. Ultimately, the dinosaurs were unable to breed successfully. The process lasted more than 200,000 years. Besides the dinosaur fossils, many fossils of tortoises and crocodiles have also been discovered in the Nanxing Basin. They indicate the living environment for the dinosaurs was warm and wet, and there was plenty of grass and trees. The largest tortoise fossil found anywhere in the world was uncovered in the Nanxing Basin. It is 1.17 meters long, 0.7 meters wide, and 0.35 meters deep. The experts point out that the tortoise fossil was discovered in virtually the same place as the dinosaur fossils. If the theory of the meteorite crash is correct, the tortoise would also have been killed off at the same time. Since there are still tortoises today, it is logical to conclude that a meteorite could not have been responsible for the death of the dinosaurs. The newly discovered fossilized dinosaur eggs have been moved to a museum for further analysis. Professor Zhao has discovered large quantities of microelements in the eggshells recovered from the Nanxing Basin, several times greater than normal. He believes they prevented the eggs from hatching normally.
南雄盆地的恐龙灭绝，可以我们从来解释是说，除了以一为标志的这个全球效应之外，还有就是当地的环境变化，那就是微量元素。而这个变化，从现在来看，可能不是 像那个撞击理论或者是火山这个假说那样所说的那样那么剧烈。
Professor Zhao's conclusion contradicts the popular theory of the meteorite crash. Put simply, plants and water containing excess quantities of microelements became a sort of last supper for the dinosaurs, a supper that lasted 250,000 years. So another theory has been added to the list explaining the dinosaurs' extinction. Still, the international scientific community has yet to lend its full support to the Last Supper theory. Perhaps one day the mystery will be solved once and for all, and perhaps the vital clue will be uncovered right here in the Nanxun Basin.